Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics. I'm Jen. I'm the astrologer, and orb attraction has just been hidden. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. How do we undo it, y'all? Okay, thank God, Seth. Thank you, Seth. Thank you. All right, cool. Good deal. Hey, Orb. Oops. Oops. What a way to start the live. Oh my gosh. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. So let me just I'm going to say hi to everybody, but I also want you to be thinking about what it is that makes you believe or what makes you disbelieve that extraterrestrials exist, okay? We need to be talking about that for just a second before we get into this live because I'm going to show y'all the things that I see when it comes to the astrology and comparing it, dueling it out with other charts. Okay. So, welcome in, Seth. Welcome in, Jeff. Good to see everybody. I love you guys. Working your butts off. Angel for you listening in. Thank you. Orb Attraction. Thank you guys for being here. Jill, Shauna. That was hilarious. I worked through that shit with my therapist this morning. That's wonderful, babe. Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. Salutations. Salutations, guys. So, what is it that you think about UFOs? Do you believe in them? Do you believe in them? Let me know. I'm on the fence. Me personally, I'm on the fence in regard to what the United States, what other countries have been doing that we don't know anything about. What type of experiments, what it is that they're really doing and what they've been doing. I just don't know if this is experimentation from the United States or technology, or if this is really from some other galaxy. How do they get stuck? How do they, I just don't know. I'm open though. I'm open. I've never been to the moon. I've never been to other planets. I know that there is a clock. I know that there is planetary influence, that there's influences. I'm on the fence in regards to why we don't see them more often, you know? Yeah, I'm open too. Yeah, I'm open. I'm open. Antarctica, ancient civilizations in South America. Okay. I know we have to be open to more than just us. Yes. Yes. I'm definitely skeptical. I'm a skeptic at heart. I'm skeptical. I like to prove myself right or wrong, you know, and back and forth, proving myself, proving it to myself, I guess I should say. So today, guys, today there is a live conference going on. It's going on in Washington D.C. Let me show you I've got it. I just don't want to be, I don't want to be struck uh, with the commentary and things of that nature. But yes, today there is a James Fox UFO press conference on Virginia, Brazil case. And so this case, I've got it pulled up. It was on January 20th, 2026. I mean, that is today. But what was it? In 1996, on January 20th, is when this took place in Brazil. There was a lot of things that was taking place on January 20th, 1996, 30 years ago to the day. 30 years ago today is what this conference is about. And they're bringing in firsthand witnesses, medical experts, government officials, U.S. insiders that are presenting new evidence related to alleged non-human encounters and crash retrieval programs. And so this has been going on since, well, when I posted that I was going to go live, it hadn't even began yet. So it hadn't started just yet. Okay. So check this out. This doctor's going over some stuff. It's kind of boring for me listening to him and everything. So I don't really want to listen to that again, because I've got a short attention span and I need to know what you're saying pretty quickly. You can say that that's a downfall, whatever. It is what it is. I rise in Gemini, okay?
So thank you everyone for being here and for all your efforts.
Let me move myself. Hold on, because y'all can't see. Let me move myself over here. There we go. They are real right now. There's a live. Yes. That's what this is all about, girly. That's what it's all about, honey. And we're going to look at the astrology, something that they're not looking at. Or if they are, they're not telling us. Would you want to talk to us? We can't even get along with all the things that divide us. Religion, politics, war, yeah. But I don't think that they even talk. I think that they are telepathic, right? Isn't all the instances that we have heard about in the past been telepathic? Like they can read our minds, dude. So if they can read our minds, then don't they have any type of compassion for the human experience of us being just backwards? I don't know.
Just informed that Congressman Burleson has just arrived. I don't know how long he's going to stay with us, but
the congressman. Okay. Congressman's there. Of course, he's got to be there.
I'm hoping there he is. Welcome, Congressman. Thank you so much. Yeah. We also have a sitting member of the Senate, Senator Gerald from Brazil, who's here, and there's strength in numbers.
Pilots gathering.
Ao fazer uma breve parada,
Oh, God.
From the middle to the back, it was clearly having problems.
Oh, let's go back.
uma breve parada,
This movie of the scene just plays in my head all the time.
eu testemunhei a queda de uma nave não terrestre no ano de 1996, no dia 13 de janeiro.
I witnessed the crash of a non-terrestrial craft on January 13th, 1996.
Okay, so this is important because this began January 13th. So I'll have to pull that chart too because I've got January 20th, 1996. So this must have been a January 13th, 1996. So this must have been a week-long issue in Brazil.
Eu viajava de São Paulo para a cidade de Três Corações. E durante esse percurso, eu parei rapidamente no acostamento e, nesse momento, tá, era a rodovia Fernão Dias, no caso, e porque eu iria a um encontro de pilotos de ultraleve, que eu era recém-formado como piloto, então eu iria encontrar os amigos.
I was en route from São Paulo to the city of Três Corações via Fernão Dias Highway in Minas Gerais for an ultralight pilots gathering.
Ao fazer
For a pilots gathering. Okay.
uma breve parada, eu avistei um objeto que, para mim, naquele momento, está em formato de charuto, não era nada terrestre, era simplesmente um dirigível, pois na época... ok, sorry. Em formato de charuto, tá? E eu observei que ele estava em apuros.
When I made a brief stop near Varginha, I looked skyward. I spotted a cigar-shaped object which seemed distressed. Initially, I assumed it was a blimp, common at the time over soccer fields for broadcasts. It released white smoke while losing altitude.
So he's explaining how he has seen a cigar shape. Let's move on. Let's see what else he's saying.
porque o esperado era um cheiro de combustível, ou querosene, mas havia um cheiro de amônia e ovo podre, muito diferente, que ardia muito meus olhos, queimava os meus olhos. Então eu subi a camisa para poder respirar, que eu não conseguia. Metade da nave desse objeto, tá, que no caso para mim ainda era um dirigível, estava encostado numa árvore, e a outra metade traseira eram vários destroços.
When I got there, I smelled a foul odor, like ammonia with rotten eggs, burning my eyes. Half the craft remained intact by a tree, and the debris of the back part was scattered everywhere.
Nesse momento, rapidamente, chegou vários veículos militares.
Okay, so it crashed.
Split your skull.
Virei e amassei ele. Ele vai embora, vai embora. Eu falei, não, não vou. Ele deu um passo para trás, levantou a arma, engatilhou, apontou para minha cabeça. Eu não estou pedindo, eu estou mandando, eu vou abrir a tua cabeça no meio se você não for embora.
A soldier approached fast and hit me in the chest with his rifle, so I was forced to drop the metal I was holding. He shouted, "Leave now." I replied, "No, people in there need help." He aimed his gun at my head and said, "I am not requesting, it is an order. Leave now or I'll split your skull."
Wow.
Virei-me imediatamente.
Wow. So this conference has been going on today. Today. This is going on like right now. I'm just, I'm ahead of it. I mean, it's still going on like right now. So if you guys want to listen to this conference in its entirety, go to this. Let me drop the link for it. Let me drop the link in the chat. That way you guys, if you want to look at this in its entirety, there it is. There's the link. There's the link, guys. I'm going to move it on to the overview because according to media reports, a creature was sighted near a subdivision in Brazil on the afternoon. And so, of course, I've got that documented, that time documented on January 20th, 1996. Again, this is 30 years ago. There was 3 women ranging from 14 to 22, and they described a creature as large-headed and spots like veins on the skin and 3 bumps on their head. Eyes were 2 red balls. The creature was later termed E.T. And it seemed to be unsteady, wobbly, and the girls assumed it was injured or sick, and they said that they fled and told their mom that they had seen the, quote, devil. And then rumors afterward began to spread through the area, with some people claiming to have observed UFOs in the days prior. So this was 7 days later. So this dude described seeing a cigar-shaped craft. It crashed. These 3 girls see 7 days later what appears to be a ET, not able to phone home. Rumors afterward began to spread through the area, with some people claiming to have observed UFOs in the days prior. Later, claims were made of additional unidentified creatures being collected and observed at a hospital. Military, police, government trucks, and personnel being active in the area, and an unidentified animal prowling a local forest. The death of a police officer and unexplained animal deaths occurring in local zoo. Ufologists would later allege links between these and other claims. That's pretty much, it's like these sightings always seem to have common threads, common, and then there's so James Fox, he's the one that is at the conference today. And the conference is based on this movie that you can actually watch on YouTube. It's called Moment of Contact, a 2022 documentary filmed by director James Fox. But it is literally on YouTube right now. And then we've got a 1996 to 2020 short film by director Rodrigo Brandao, revisits the event in a horror story made along the lines of a documentary, The Blair Witch Project. The story involves two teenagers going to the city of Virginia on January 20th who get lost in the woods at night and are found by ETs. Interesting, very interesting indeed. So what do I want to do? What is, what I want to do is I want to show you guys the astrology of it. And speaking of astrology, last night I told you guys that I'm watching, and I know this has nothing to do with ETs, but I am watching from last night's live. I am watching the solar weather. I'm watching earthquakes, volcanoes, anything that is going on with our stock market. Okay. Those are things I'm going to be watching very closely today. Even as I'm doing this live, I'm going to be watching, because I'm thinking that there's going to be, we're definitely seeing, like, St. Louis. Illinois, Oman, Illinois, close to St. Louis, had a 3.8. South Carolina is coming in with a 2.7. Indio, California is still, they're still quaking. So yeah, I'm still watching. We just have one in Japan just pop off. So I'm still watching these. Just letting you know. So let me share my screen. That way I can show you the astrology, because when I do readings and I ask people if they've seen UFOs, if they've seen crafts, if they've seen, what they think would appear to be aliens, and they wonder how I know. There's a lot of patterns, that show up when you're studying astrology and you're studying events. It just does. There's patterns that will begin to show up. And if I'm reading somebody and that pattern is showing up and it's clicking with my intuition, then yeah, I'm going to be like, hey, is it? Have you? It trips people out. It trips me out. No lie. It trips me out too. So here is let's start up here. I've been looking at different states, things that are going on, that are going to be going on in the days ahead. So I'm trying to get a jump start, but let's look at this. Let me go ahead and edit it, because this is the Brazil. Let me do it. Brazil UFO. Okay. This is when Wiki is telling us that the three girls saw the UFO, or saw the creature, and went to tell their mom that they saw the devil. Welcome in, Sandy. Hey, babe. 1 week straight. Well, anytime you see something like that, come to an astrologer like myself and go, hey, tell me what this means for me and my chart. See if you can see it. Because I love to investigate stuff like this. I really do. I've got a lot of UFO sightings and stuff like that I've investigated. So it's a lot of fun. So if we just look at when they saw it, okay. This is Aquarius energy. We are going into Aquarius season right now. Let me just show you that right now. So the moon is in Aquarius. The sun is in Aquarius. Mercury has just come into Aquarius. Okay. So we are definitely in Aquarius season now. And the moon and Pallas is calling on us to reflect and investigate past UFOs, because the UFOs, we want to look at the Aquarius energy. That is for sure. Okay. No doubt about it. Aquarius energy. Oh, look at that. Sebastian is in transit right now. Sebastian Rogers is missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. He is in transit right now. A higher learning. Quartz. Interesting. With his Venus, the value of the court system. Okay, let me move on. Don't want to get stuck on that right now. I definitely see New York. No, Maryland. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me stop it. And let's go to the energy right now. We're rising in Gemini. So the ascendant is about to rise with me. I'm rising with communications, talking about world health. The values are critical about home. There's a lot of attention with the communications as well. My Mercury is about to be made contact. We are teaching. There's a teaching going on. That's why Selena is called a teacher. There's something beginning and ending here. We are creating something new, and is based on the health of the government, especially the health of the government in Brazil. Those 14s are coming in pretty strong. And where we are descending, where we have to lose the ego, is right here with the higher learning, the long travel, the space travel. Anything having to do with military. All right, so we can see that that's what's going on right now. Look at that. Venus is right there. She just conjunct Pluto. And when she was conjuncting Pluto, I can promise you the stock market was definitely transforming at that time this morning. All right. I'm going to duel this out. So the Brazil UFO. Actually, let me do Brazil first, Brazil, and then the UFO. So let's just look at Brazil's chart first. And this morning when I put the thumbnail out, letting everybody know that I was going to go live at the time that I did at 12:30. Well, Palace was at a 28:35 in Aquarius. A wake-up call with groups. A wake-up call that is definitely with groups and investigations, because Palace likes to investigate. We are investigating right now with astrology and the groups that are coming from another space-time. Another space-time. Okay. So during let's look at the obvious here. Let's look at the obvious. First of all, here in the 11th house of groups, I see something just very much showing that the flame of life is coming to Brazil, flame of life, with their public image. Okay. When this event took place, when the three girls saw, this is what was taking place. There was a flame of life that has been reignited. Brazil finds out, ooh, there's the peoples that was in that cigar-shaped UFO. We need to go check it out, right? So that's exactly what was going on. The other thing that I see is it was, of course, rising at a 13 degree in Aquarius. So that ascendant at a 13 degree was making its way to Brazil's ascendant with groups and, group studies as well. I can see that the North Node is here in the first house with their life path at 1432 in Aquarius. Well, if we look at Brazil's chart, the 1432 in Aquarius, oh shit, this isn't it. Hold on, no wonder. Hold on, god dang it. No. Hold on. No, that's wrong. No. Sorry, guys, that's wrong. I was going to say it doesn't look like the one that I saw this morning, but I was going with it. Hold on. Scrape all that. Brazil UFO, January 20th, 1996 at 3:30 p.m. Okay, now we're cooking with gas, guys. Erase all that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, Brazil and the UFO. Okay, so we're rising in Gemini right now. We're rising in Gemini here. Let's see what is the obvious. January 20th, 1996. Okay, so I must have, yeah. There's the health right there, the 2654. Let me see what else I can see real quick. A relationship with the United States. There it's at. There it is. There it is. Okay. This is why I just really wonder, because the United States be showing up all the time with this. 1417. Can you pick me up, Sandy? Okay, yeah. So the things of the past with the United States values is right there. I see the United States right there, guys. I see that there is a relationship with the United States. I mean, I can't not see that. I'm going to show you the United States chart. No doubt about it. It would appear that Chiron out of 1417 is sitting here in Brazil's chart. Chiron is in Libra in the 5th house of kids, and it's sitting here in the Libra chart, the health of the government that's hidden, and it's opposing their 2nd house of values with Vulcanus. This is why I'm so skeptical, guys. So the moon is conjunct. So we've been here before. There's a reflection with the United States. Let me see. I, of course, didn't look at that. Look at that. 242 is coming in times 2. Interesting. Interesting. We can see that there's information that is coming in, the 341, 342. So Mars is right here. Mars is right here, and it comes in 1 second. So at like 329 or 329.59 or whatever, it's going to be right there at that 342. So just a second prior, there's information that is coming in. What else do we see? Uranus is here. See, Uranus at a 0029 is, no, Uranus is here in the 12th house. The moon is here in the 12th house. The sun is shining at a critical degree with Capricorn, with the government is right there. Mercury is at a 2542. Mercury is going to come down to that 2541. There is the communications about the alien, and that 2543 is coming down to 2542, then 2541. The 2542 is definitely the FBI. Let's see. What else we got here? Pluto at a 231 in Sag. So Pluto is sitting here, transforming the government. .42. Uranus is going to be coming and making contact. It's a 0029 during the event. But then it's going to come here, and there's going to be the physician that brings enlightenment with kids. So they go to the home. They're going to the home where those kids are. There's a lot of, there's a lot of emotions with the communications with values, at least 2 or more. The 1801 is coming down to the 1800. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Right there with their Venus in the 6th house. That's the kids. The kids' health, even. It's critical. Limits and obstacles here. Mars at the 938. Nope. And this is where we have to go because we know it's a relationship. Unbelievable. It's hitting the, it's crazy to me that it's hitting the United States chart more than it is Brazil's. More than it is Brazil's. Like I can see things days before that would have taken place in Brazil. So I could start at that January 13th because that's when it crashed. '23. Let me look. Let me look at the 13th because this is definitely showing up with United States. So let me see if there's anything that could show us Brazil. Brazil, the 13th. So that would have been oh no, I'm still seeing no. The 344. Well, that's Israel. That's Mexico. Israel, Mexico. U.S. Marshals. Okay, there's the 2411. Okay, so it does hit their chart to this on this day. So, okay, let's look at this time because this is when it begins that we know of. So Brazil and the 13th, 1996, we can definitely see that their 2412 was in transit the day before with trans Pluto. And then on the 13th, here we are again. And that is that 2411 is definitely the United States. And this is why I have a major problem with, I don't understand why it wouldn't hit their chart like it does the United States. It blows my mind. It really does. So let me look at the security with this. The Brazil UFO and the national security. Let's look at that the NSA. Hey, Witchy Mama. Hey, Peace, Love, Jeeps. If y'all can think of anybody else that I should look at, but you would think that it's going to hit Brazil. It should hit Brazil. It should hit Brazil, guys. Okay, so it's definitely hitting. There is definitely an investigation at home with the NSA. Oh yeah. Okay, so before this guy or before the girls saw that, let's go back. No. There's a letting go here. Information that's coming in. Okay. So I'm looking at this and going, okay, here is the limits and obstacles with their friend group, the NSA friend group, and the government. And that friend group, that 2052, Saturn would have come to that 2052 before this ever even took place with the girls. So let me go back. Let me go back to the 13th and look at the NSA. Because see, they're going to be learning. The 642, they're already learning. They're learning about the evidence. Interesting. They're learning with the evidence. Let me go back with the NSA. And if y'all can think, like I said, if you can think of anybody else, I've got Lockheed Martin up, I got the CIA, got FBI, got Homeland Security. Let's look at the NSA with the 13th, because that's when it would have. I mean, that's what we're hearing, is that's the first. Let's see, 2840, 2842, their desires with health. That would have been the 2 days later. So 2 days later, we are understanding things going on with the security. Saturn is at that 2021. So it hasn't quite made it here yet to the 2055, the 2053, making contact with that one. I just can't stop seeing the United States though. That's the biggest problem I have when it comes to shit like this. It's like, we definitely know that Venus is coming to that ascendant. Venus is coming to that ascendant of Brazil. So we have, okay, so on the 13th, Neptune is at the 2509 all day. And when I say that that is the U.S. Marshals, it's also the NSA. So there is something that they are not seeing clearly when this takes place, and they only see it, only see it 2 days later, a day and a half later. That is when, oh yeah, so God's will is being done right there at a 2845, coming down to the 2842 with the government. And then I would say 2 days later is when the NSA goes to Brazil. There's somebody from our security that goes to Brazil. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. We have people go to Brazil that day. 2 days later, because Neptune is clouding. So Neptune is clouding the communications, the evidence that they have collected with the crash. I want to find that 242. See if who's holding that 242. That was in transit times 2 when the girls saw it. So when they saw that, let me look at Homeland and Lockheed, CIA. Who's got it? Because I guarantee you it's with one of our agencies here in the United States. 240, 242. Let's look at the FBI. Nope. CIA, Lockheed. Oh, they got a 249. They got a 251. No 242. Somebody's got it. Who got it? Well, y'all freaked me out last night. I'm 100. You are the real thing. Yes, ma'am. You already know. Sure, give me 14 hours. I'll be right there. Sandy. Oh my gosh. Sandy said, I'll be right there. Just give me 14 hours. Well, look at that. Yeah. So, I mean, the 2411, 2412, they're definitely, yeah. I mean, their connections are wild, but there's still no 242 here. They're connected to the CIA, Lockheed Martin. You're no, it's not the CIA. Who is it? It's Secret Service. Look, shit. Let's pull up Secret Service. Lockheed and Secret Service are connected. I just saw it. Pretty sure. No, 236. Well, I was close. Let's see. Current. $236. No 242, honey. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be that's holding it? All right, I'm not gonna keep on doing that. We had a local man who was head of the International UFO Bureau. He traveled around the world. Insane stories. He's since passed. I wonder if I have anything about anything with the UFO stuff. Let's see. Project Paperclip. I've got Project Paperclip. Steve Greer. Stephen Greer. Let's look. Let's look at his chart. Look at that. He connects to the Secret Service. Look at that. He's connecting to the Secret Service. Stephen Greer. You're connecting. He just had a intense experience. The intense experience with groups. So I wonder, is he still alive? Because if he is still alive, he could be at that conference. There's definitely a connection with him and the Secret Service. Saturn has just come and sat right there with his first house in Pisces, that anti-vertex, and opposed his relationships with health. So he may not be there. There could be some things going on. Pluto was just transforming him just a few days ago. He's definitely connected to the FBI. His lunar nodes are connected to the FBI. So FBI, Secret Service, no doubt about that. Interesting. I want to see what the transits are looking like. But first, let's take it and look at the 13th with Brazil. Again, I keep seeing some degrees, but it's not that and it's bothering me because it should be showing up. There should be more showing up in Brazil's chart. Okay, let's look back at Stephen Greer. He rises out of 2420. He rises out of 2420. And Pisces, and that 2420 there's contact being made. No pun intended. But there's contact being made with him that's coming in the future, and it probably hits him right here. The girls, that 1310 is right here. 1310 is there. See what I'm talking about? It's when the girls see the alien There is a 1310 that is rising at the ascendant in Aquarius, and that 13-degree, that 1310 is showing up with this day when dude says, hey, I saw the cigar shape come crashing down. That 1310, there's a letting go of things from the past. The earth, Taurus is earthy. But this is definitely the United States. Let me show you. Because I keep saying that, and I want y'all to see it for yourself and not just, believe that what I'm saying is true. Like, I want you to see the United States with this event on the 13th first. And this is this is things that are, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why this is in transit today. While their Hades is in transit today. Makes sense now. Perfect sense. Perfect sense. So the 2411 with the communications here, the 2411 is our Mercury. It's about the things that are hidden with investigations that have to do with the United States. The United States is right here, guys. Okay. That's where that 2411 is making contact, right there. Brazil has 2412, but the United States Mercury is 2411. 2411. Let me look again. What we were learning before this actually took place. What they do get out. They get out of our, I don't know. They get out, they escape. Venus had just come over the third house of communications. Venus had just come over the moon of the United States here with the groups. It's like, okay, so if are they friends of ours? Like, are we buds? It could also show that too. I mean, it could definitely show that maybe we're just buddies with these people. And that's why the United States shows up so freaking much. Every time, like every time. There's a divine justice here with the investigation with that 2411 with the United States. And that seventh house of relationships is also showing up that there is 2443, 2443, 2443. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look for that divine justice in these charts, the 2443, and see who it's connecting to. Because I think we may have to pull somebody else. I'm thinking that we may have to pull somebody else. Hold on. Looking at the FBI, seeing if they got the 24. Nope. $24.43. Where are you at? Where are you at? Who has it? I know. I just don't remember. I just don't remember who it was. It's not the CIA. Who is it, Jennifer? Who is it, girl? Think. Who's got it? Because I've looked at it with Charlie Kirk's. With Charlie Kirk's. 2443. All right. I'm not gonna keep on keeping on. Because I would have to pull so many charts. So I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I know that the Secret Service just a few days ago, just a few days prior, on the 9th, on January 9th, they would have had a huge weight that was coming over their Pluto with communications with 2 or more. So that's why I'm skeptical of what our involvement, what the United States involvement is with these sightings, why it is that we show up profusely, not other countries, but the United States, you know? It just, it, the Mercury is definitely showing up for Israel. There's definitely an opposition with Trump here. Of course, Trump wasn't, he wasn't the president then, but just saying that 344 goes to Mexico and the United States. And I know that Brazil connects to Mexico. And so we have to think about that. And we have to wonder why. Why is this? Let me look at Mexico's chart, see if this event is connecting to Mexico as well. So Mexico's on the left. Yeah. Okay, so the 2411 that is showing up, it is in Mexico's chart. So yeah, I mean, you know, they have the 344, they've got the 2411. There's something with the Mexican government here. It's not just the United States, it's the Mexican government too. Because look, the 2840, there is the World Health with the government right here. Why? You know? See, their Venus, Mexico's Venus connects to Brazil. Their Venus, Mexico's Venus in Scorpio connects to Brazil's 711 in their chart. And I'll show that to you in just a second, but just let me keep looking at this. Yeah, y'all got the wisdom all right. Just blows my mind. Mercury would have already come and made contact with that ascendant. The 2845 is coming down to that 2840. But this is definitely where they connect to the United States, Mercury. Mexico. Let me pull up Nevada, I'm sorry. I have a hard time. This country over here. Let's pull up Nevada. It just sounds so goofy to say Nevada. And everybody's like, it's not Nevada. Okay, but it sounds better. It just sounds better to me. Let's see. Well, that relationship would have already hit their chart. There's definitely a relationship that's coming. And there's a relationship that's coming, and it's like, oh no. Oh my gosh. They got out. They escaped. They escaped. Uranus at a 005, and there is a breakup. Yes, there's a breakup. They escaped, guys. That's what I'm thinking happened. They escaped. They escaped. They tried to hightail it. No, but there is a breakup. There's a breakup with groups, with UFOs. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, we're looking at it. We're looking at all the connections. I wonder if Saturn is sitting here still with them. 29. Oh no, shit, Saturn's not even there. What am I talking about? It's at a 2736, not a 29. But we need to keep that in mind, because Saturn is going to sit here. Saturn is going to be coming and sitting there, guys. I can't wait to see it. If I can just remember. Who else should I pull? I say Nevada and Colorado from back in John Denver days. Oh, I did a TikTok video one time and they were like, it's not Nevada. Everybody that lives here would just cringe. It's Nevada. And I'm like, Nevada, who gives a shit? You know what I'm talking about. But I mean, I guess I would be thinking the same thing if I lived there. So, I mean, it is what it is. All right. But yeah, there's definitely a breakup. We can see that there was a breakup with groups making contact. Definitely a breakup. There's definitely a relationship that's coming to weigh them down within the government with this 1942 that the sun had just passed over. During this event, the sun had just passed over. It's at a 2248. We see Jupiter's at a 219. So in the low twos, 29, 219, 2145 was the lunar nodes of fate when this took place. But the girls, I think that the girls is a better chart to look at just simply because they've got a timestamp. They have a timestamp here. Where else? Where else could we think? Where else? Who else would study that in our agencies? Who studies that? The unidentified unknown is the Department of Defense. Duh. Come on, Jen. Department of Defense, the DOD. Come on. Let's look at them. And I've got the Defense Intelligence. Go ahead and pull them. Just go ahead and pull them all. I'm going to side by side them just so I can look and see which one I want to look at first. Department of Defense. Let's see. What can we find out here? What can we find out? This is so exciting to me. I don't know. Well, I mean, I can definitely see the 1155 was here in the ninth house when let me keep looking. Okay. I'm just looking. 1750, 51. Okay, let me look at the DIA, the Department of Defense. Intelligence. Well, there's that 242, guys. There it is. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Whoop, whoop. Okay. I know. Where is he? Okay, so there it is. There it is, y'all. We found it. There it is. It's the Chiron of the Defense Intelligence Agency. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I want to look at this chart and see if there's anything else that's showing up besides that. Let's go up here. Brazil UFO, the Defense Intelligence Agency. There it is. The moon is at a 242. The wisdom is at a 242. So this wisdom, and they're sharing pain. They're sharing pain with these groups of ETs, or they're sharing pain with groups about any secrets that could come out, because it is about intelligence, right? is, look at that, 2840. 2840. Let's go back. Let's go back to the 13th. Let's go back. I'm going to put them on the left, though, so my brain can figure this out better. I've got the DIA on the left now, and I've got the 13th where dude saw it, you know, because that 2840 was in transit all day. And it's the desires with friendships, with partnerships, for investigation. This is all about investigation. For me, it looks like Mexico. It looks like United States. It definitely looks like this 1155, the dark moon, was opposing the Department of Defense with the values and the communications. But that 242 is definitely showing up in their chart, making contact, because we got to take the 9th house and go, okay, this is about the long travels. And, you know, it's where they're sharing pain with those girls on that day. On that day, they're definitely having the wisdom. But on this day, they're being shaken up. They're being shaken up. Their values are being shaken up. Is it something that they own? Is it something that they possess? Is it something that they value? Is you know what I'm saying? Like, very interesting. Because this 2145 would have already passed over the midheaven, or made contact rather. And the 3rd house of communications, that's where it's coming down to in retrograde, coming down. But they are shaken up. So we've got agencies that are finding out about this on the 13th. And then 2 days later, I think that they sent, somebody's there from the United States. From the United States. And see, this dark moon, we were reflecting on things of the past with our values, with the communications. 2447. I'm going over this pretty quickly, so that 2447, there's going to be a justice that's coming to it. A justice with the 2447. Look at that, we got a 2646. Here's the breakup, though. The breakup from the past, the 1642. We're having a little breaky break. A breakup. A breakup from another planet. At that 1642. Sun is shining in the 8th house. Jupiter is in the 8th house. This is the investigative house right here that is ruled by Scorpio, but we've got the Sag energy coming in, and the glyphs, all the behavior is with the government, the authority. Let me go back and look. I know I'm missing stuff. I just know it. Yeah, because by the time Vulcan gets to that 27, 24 with Jupiter, yeah, they're already there. And then the Saturn is going to slow them down. There's a slowdown with the governments. I connect to them right here. Interesting. So the Department of Defense. Okay. Department of Defense shines at a 220. Department of Defense shines at a 220. That's exactly where, okay, so Jupiter is going to make contact The 220 is right there. Let's look at that. The Department of Defense with the 13th, I think it was. Department of Defense with the 13th. There it is. The 220 and Sag, even though this house is ruled by the investigator, Scorpio, very intense. Things are hidden. We can't see. We got to go beneath the surface to see it. But that 220 is transforming the way that they shine in the public eye at home. It's transforming. Yep. And yeah. And then Jupiter at the same time is coming into that degree at a 220. So later in the afternoon, the Department of Defense is, they're ready to head out. And see, the dark moon is opposing their fortune. They're part of fortune right there in the 9th house. There's an opposition with the way that they work. Their Jupiter is a 1750. So that's pretty, let's go back to the UFO. 1750. I'm pretty sure it had that on there. A 1740. Okay. It's not a 1750, it's a 1740. But that 1750 is coming. Hey, little red. Good to see you, babe. All right. 2053, 16. I don't know who has that 1642, but it's from the past. From the past, and I'm probably overlooking it. Oh, let's go back. Let me go back to Nevada. Look at it one more time. Yeah, because Selena was opposing, the teacher is opposing the way that they shine. The way that Nevada shines, it was opposing them in the way that they shine. The North Node is coming here, guys. The North Node is coming here. That's what makes me think that this could be something that it's a lot more than we're just not being told. Not like it just came and it just crashed. I think that there's something else that we're not being told here. Because the lunar nodes of fate, when they come down to that 1030, that's at 1107 now. And see, we're being shaken up. The United States and their values are being shaken up right now with things of the past. That 2732. And Hades is on Brazil right now. Let's look at the transits right now with them, because I think that that's pertinent to what we're discussing right now. And look and see who all's in transit right now, because this is how we can go back and we can look and go, oh, okay. Even though you're not telling us about it, about your involvement, you know, even though you're not telling us. Let's look at Brazil. Just their chart. In general. If we look at their chart, we're rising here. The 1806 is rising right here in their 4th house of home, about the communications. So the weight of home, the weight of Hades in the 2nd house, values from my observation, the 1434, you know, the weight is on their sun and how they shine in Virgo, how they shine with relationships and partnerships. There's a weight. There's a weight on them, and that weight is coming to their lunar nodes of fate at a 1432. The weight, even though it's not in Cancer, it doesn't matter. I've showed y'all that. I show it time and time again. It just doesn't matter. So the weight of home is going to go back to the past, the way that they shine with relationships and partnerships. That's the world, right? The other governments. I think that that's how we can look at that. The dark moon the dark moon doesn't go in retrograde, okay? The dark moon is at a 328 in Sag. It's already made contact here, shaking groups up with Brazil. The dark moon is going to end up making contact here. She is look, she doesn't go in retrograde. So every degree that she is connecting with is going to express itself. Now, if there is an opposition, it's going to express itself even more intense. So the dark moon is actually here with their government and things that they hide, and everything about the reflection, the darkness, the disordered aggression with the government and the long flight, all this stuff that we are learning about this UFO, it's opposing home. It's opposing the values. It's opposing their home. They have quite a few challenges going on right now. And like I said, Palace has just shaken up with groups their ascendant. There's definitely transformation that's going on in Indiana right now. I just saw that. We'll have to pull up their chart because there's things that from the past that are shaking things up in the United States in general. This is definitely a day to be watching the markets and the earth, the shape of the earth. Let's see. The dark moon is always there showing her glory for everyone. Yes, she definitely does. I mean, she comes back around so you can work out any type of shadow, any type of disordered aggression that you have. I mean, she is definitely she's a big one. She's a big one. So it looks like that the desires at a 954 right now are coming, and the desires in the government, it's about this communication. I don't think that we are in agreement that they should be releasing all this stuff, that we need to be talking about it. Pluto is definitely moving off the markets now, but it's definitely, there's things going on in Indiana as I'm speaking, and it will for the next 24 hours. And Massachusetts, Maryland. The moon is at a 24. Where is there Aquarius 24? It's right here. And see, Venus and Mercury are all right here. So it's about the values of the past. We're communicating about things of the past and the aliens. That's definitely not going away. Not going away. This is going to be, it's probably going to get even bigger. The United States, there's definitely a letting go with communications. It's about the weight of home, the weight of Hades. It definitely connects to Cuba, but it's also connecting to this event that I'm talking about today. Interesting. So when the dark moon comes here to Brazil, what is that going to look like? What will that look like when it comes to that 8:30? Let's look and see if it will have anything to do with the conference today, because the lunar nodes are coming down to these 10 degrees. That's going to be fateful even more than what it is now. So the 8:30 with the dark moon in Brazil. 8:30. Let's go weeks. Okay. Days. It's going to be in March. March seems to be it's going to be cray cray. March is going to be even more intense. I just can't stress that enough, man. And this is Nashville time, and it's 10:40 a.m. Nashville time. So the 220, we've already see the way that the depart. Yep, there's the 313. Yep. I definitely think we're coming back. We're coming back to right now, March 6th. We're going to come back to right now. So I'm going to make myself a note on my calendar. 10:40 a.m. And we'll see what comes of this, because there's something with Brazil. And look at that. There's this, Sedna is at that 0047 again. And look at that. We are rising at a 1642. Yes, most definitely. We're going to see something, guys, where there's something else that will come out. Sedna is at that 0047 with the United States. United States. But there it is. That's it. I also see things going on with Sebastian. That's a trip, because Sebastian does connect to Brazil through the 8:30 degree. And that's the reason why I'm bringing him up, because that we'll see things with Sebastian's case on this day as well. So we'll receive leads. There's going to be a lead come in March 6th on Friday with Sebastian. No doubt. Mark it on your calendar. Mark it on your calendar. You'll see. You'll see. That's all I can say. But that 2509 is going to be coming too. So yeah, we're going to see some things. Will we hear about another UFO? I don't know. But this is definitely it. Yeah, Katie's going to have some major problems this day. This is a day for session as well. Okay. Interesting. 2648, 2642, 2642 with Sebastian. And the TBI. Oh, and then Mars is going to come. Mars is going to come and oppose. It's going to oppose Michael Proudfoot. Sorry, I know that this is about, I just can't stop thinking about it, looking at it. There it is, right there. The sun is shining at a 1642. What in the hell? Who owns that degree? I think I need to look at Washington, D.C., right? Right. I think I need to be looking at Washington, D.C. I can't believe there's anybody in the chat. So thank you for anybody that is watching me. Watching me. I just can't believe it. Yeah. Okay. So Washington does have that 1602. I mean, that 202. Okay. Washington, D.C. We're rising right here. Rising at this. Let me see what Washington, D.C. has right here. I'm going to take it back to that morning. Oh, yeah. Listening and kind of working. So they have the 2509 as well. They have the 2509 too. And so that, okay, so we're definitely looking at Washington. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the 13th, and then I'm going to look at when the girl saw it. So this is when the guy saw it crash. He saw it crash here. And Saturn is coming, and it's making its way right here. Going to transform with a higher learning. That is definitely happening on that day, on the 13th. It hits them. It transforms groups in Washington. They start tripping out. Four days prior, Saturn, their Saturn at a 1735 was, there was a lot of warring going on. That was 4 days prior, 12, 11, 10, 9, January 9th, 1996. Let's look at it. January 9th, 1996. January 9th, Washington, D.C. See if anything shows up. United States blizzard. A nor'easter dumping over a foot of snow. Okay. Well, that would be it. Okay. Well, that could be it. That could definitely be it. Making the government shut down. They don't have that 1642, but they do have the 1646. Makes me want to look at Maryland. Virginia. Virginia. I have a 1642 in my chart, just so you know. Okay. I have a 1642 in my chart, and it's my outer wheel. Who could it be? Who could it be? Then there's going to be a letting go that comes to Washington. The letting go, the things of the past. That 2509, though, is pretty intense with these agencies and Washington. Okay, I want to look at, I'm not seeing a whole lot with this day other than Saturn. Other than Saturn. $21. Nope, not seeing the lunar nodes with it. 18. I'm not seeing anything else other than that Saturn, and there was a blizzard that day. Let's look at Washington and the day that the girls saw it, that exact time that they saw the alien. Now it's at a 1640, so it's gone down in degree. There's the United States. I'm not seeing it. I ain't seeing it. not seeing what I'm looking for here. 24. Should be right up here though. Right up there. I don't know why I keep thinking Florida. I don't know why Florida would have anything to do with this. Let me look at the transits real quick again. Oh my gosh, this reigniting of a flame, it's about to be, whoop. Interesting. I guess I could pull up Maryland and see. Somebody's got that 1642 with things of the past. I'm looking at the past. I want to see who is showing up from the past. You could say, well, I mean, could it be the aliens? I mean, I guess so, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me look at Virginia, make sure, because we got military there and the investigation, right? Hold on. I mean, we know that they've got the 2443, so that's it. There's the 844 that's going to be coming in with Virginia. With the military. So I don't think that they have any type of, I mean, shit, they probably do. They probably got stuff we don't even know anything about. But the 844 and the 2443, that is coming into transit with Virginia. On March 7th. It's like we're coming right back here in March. Right back here. And look at that. Chiron is at the 2420. It's Stephen Greer. That's also Oklahoma. And then that 2509 is coming in transit. So yeah, we'll have to watch this day, see what the hell is going on. That's going to take us back to this live today. Let me pull up Indiana right now because I want to see what's going on with them. January 2nd, 2026, mysterious lights reported over New Mexico, sparking speculation about alien craft, though, related to activities at Holloman Air. Ooh, so let me pull up New Mexico. Thank you for that. Thank you very much, Angel, for you. Does it have, on January 2nd, does it have a time that the lights were seen? So you know the 2443 that I just showed you in Virginia's chart on the outer wheel in Aquarius? So New Mexico has a 2443 as well. There's a connection between New Mexico and Virginia. So I think that there's something to that. I definitely think that there's something to that. Look at that. Their Venus is a 220, and we already know that the Venus with New Mexico is the same degree as the Defense Intelligence Agency that was in transit when that aircraft in Brazil crashed. So there is definitely, Saturn is definitely going to be making contact with the third house of communications in New Mexico tonight. So thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. I think that that's definitely pertinent to this investigation here. Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. It was it was 6:09 p.m. What was the local? What was the local time on January 2nd in New Mexico? Let's pull it up. $7:09 p.m. local. Okay. You're awesome. Thank you. She's like, girl, I'm trying to work. I'm not trying to do your job. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Okay. Let's look at New Mexico, and then let's look at the lights, and let's see if there's any degrees that's going to be repetitive that's showing up. Anything that we can tell. Anything that we can tell here. It would have to be here. It would have to be with that wisdom at home. Look, something begins and ends here where something is beginning with communications, and it's critical. It's critical with the health. 444 is in transit. It's important. And it's important because the sun, there is a pattern that I have now with the sun. It's an 855. It's a 444. I have some patterns that I have with our solar, the sun and the plasma. So I think that that would be a good study as well when we're looking at these charts. I really do. I think that it would be a good idea. It's like, how do you study the sun? Or how do you compare it? We don't have a chart for the sun. The only way that we could compare it is with our observatories. That's really the only way that I would know how to compare it, Hey, April, good to see you, babe. Good to see ya. Talking about UFOs. Do you believe in UFOs? Do you believe in aliens? Have you ever seen an alien? Have you ever seen it related to activities at Holloman Air Force Base? Air Force Base. Air Force. All right, let me look at this real quick. So they're rising at a 1216. And Aries, so all of this is where it's rising. Look at that. Chiron is stationing at the 2235. And Venus is making her way. Look at that. All of this Capricorn energy is right here in the 10th house with their public image. So it's stationing at the 2235, and New Mexico has their Neptune at a 2236. And of course, we got to dissolve that Neptune to even know what the hell's going on there. That's happening at home. It's clouded. It's clouded. People don't know for sure what the hell they're seeing. And the lunar nodes are coming down to this degree with the investigation of New Mexico. There's Mercury right here. I mean, we can definitely see that the fifth house of kids, this house of creativity, with the quick movement of energy, that 5 is quickly going over that Jupiter. It went over, it's going over this house. So the fifth house is going over this house. This fifth house is going right here. The dark moon is in transit right here. In the 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration of people's money, things that are hidden, you can't see it. You got to investigate. You got to go beneath the surface. And this is where Uranus is shaking things up right here in their 2nd house of values. And all the Capricorn energy is still, we're still here with that Capricorn energy. 925. Oh, God. And Mercury's at a 151. It's going to be making contact with the lights. With the lights. But I'm not seeing like that's definitely the United States getting shaken up at home and with the government in the 6th house of health. I see the divine justice. The divine justice here at a 2238. She had just opposed the Neptune. She had just opposed the Neptune at a 2235. So just a couple of hours prior to this event at 7:09, Astria was in a direct opposition, directly opposing the home of New Mexico. That, I mean, and she is a badass. So 2736. This is where New Mexico is with the breakup with Saturn. Okay, let me look at that. 2736. There it is right there. Let's look at New Mexico. Oh, yeah. There's shit going down in Indiana. Let me look at that real quick. I'm so like, what is going on in Indiana right now? No, it's not about football. Definitely not about football. College football. No. No. Is that today? Okay, that was yesterday. There's a manhunt underway. Okay, that could be it. That could definitely be it. There's a manhunt underway. Man claiming found dog shot through door at Indiana judge. Wife called told police manhunt underway. According to a police dispatch, a caller told police a man came to their door and said he found their dog. The suspect then fired shots through the door. The judge was hit in the arm and his wife in the hip. Indiana Chief Justice said she worries about the safety of all judges. The FBI is involved in this investigation. That's what it is. Okay. Now it's stuck. It's not going to leave. That's it, though. So that's what I was seeing last night with the FBI. Okay. Because that happened last night, right? No, today's Tuesday. So that would have happened Sunday. Huh. That's not it then. Come on. My computer's stuck. I keep doing the Control Delete, but it's. Here we go. Jesus. Okay. Thank God. Look up, when did someone see alien in 2020? Okay. Hey, his eyes. Never seen little gray, green or gray, purple eyes. Me either. You're funny. Funny, Sandy. You're funny, Sandy. She's on the way to you, Seth. If you're even still in here, he's got attention problems, so he's probably not even in here anymore. I'm still looking at these. Okay, hold on. Space weather. Shut. Space weather. Okay, yeah, that's slowing down. Okay, so now we're moving through another one. So we're moving through another stream. Dang. And we still have an Earth-directed faced sunspot that has been unstable and that's been producing X flare. So again, this is stuff that I've been watching because the astrology is showing. Yeah, y'all talking about my friends. The astrology is definitely showing that there's a lot that's happening with the sun, and it's not going away anytime soon. There's definitely, I wonder if he's being caught right now. I do wonder if he's being caught right now, that dude out of Indiana. Okay, let's look at the, let's look at New Mexico right now. Because there's things from the past. There's a breakup from the past with New Mexico right now. And I think it has to do with, well, I don't know. Let's look. Let's see what's in the news right now with New Mexico. And then we'll assess the situation. Because it could have something to do with those lights. I don't know. Juvenile crime. Okay. And her last session. Okay, so we could be talking about that right there. Governor expands public safety emergency order in northern New Mexico. Mexico governor gives state of address. Actor Melissa Gilbert among witnesses at New Mexico detention hearing for husband Timothy. Melissa Gilbert. Melissa. Could it be that? Let's see if she's got her birth time. Oh, well, enjoyed watching her. She does. So let's look at that. I think she's going to be transformed for sure by tomorrow. For sure. Let's see. Melissa Gilbert. Oh, where's the close? May 8th, 1964. What's going on with your hubby? 11:51 a.m. Oh, hold on. May 8th, 1964. 11:51 a.m. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong. I was thinking that this was her ascendant. Okay. All right. So I've got it right. So what was that again? Let's see. Things from the past. There's a breakup from things to the past. With New Mexico. Okay, so he's also an actor. Allegations raises concerns in New Mexico film industry. Sexual charges. Ooh. And she's among the a witness. She's among a witness? Dude. Child SA touched a minor on a TV set. Oh my God, now it's stuck again. God dang it. Shit. Dang it. Issued a warrant. A little boy touched a little boy. And the boy's twin brother was also touched. Disgusting. Ooh. Is she gonna be taken up for him? Oh. Oh my God. It's just too much coming on my screen right now. Wow. Wow. That is disgusting. How disgusting. Let me see if this one will do it. Who wrote an emotional letter to the judge. Please, please take care of my sweet husband. He is my protector. Girl. Girl. You got freaking problems, man. Holy shit. Holy shit, Batman. That's disgusting. Oh, and I liked you, girl. Like, what's your problem? What is your problem? Yuck. Yuck. God. She was around the boys too. Oh my gosh. Wow. 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 Well, let's look at it real quick. Let's look at it. So is she due in court today or was that today or tomorrow? I don't even know. I'm so just like, wow. I just cannot believe this girl. Ah, well, look at that. Her lunar nodes are 432. 432. There's all kinds of emotional attention on children with her and groups. Ooh. And kids. She's been here before. She's done it. She's been here before. She's been here before. This isn't her first rodeo with children. And it's a shame because who knows what was done to her as a child actor. She could be just that deranged in the head. Damn. But all kinds of media attention is going to be on her midheaven. That 321 is about to be transformed. Tomorrow, this time, this midheaven is going to be transformed with hidden sex and her midheaven, her values. That's disgusting, guys. Well, the lunar nodes are at 1107, the north node and the south node in Pisces and Virgo. And that 1107 is coming down to that 1102 and coming down to her ascendant. She connects to Tennessee. Damn, girl. So the south node has already come here. Like it literally set here for a couple of hours. The south node did yesterday, day before yesterday. Wow. There's just been a wake-up call with communications and the judge communications. When is that? When is she supposed to be in court? Do y'all mind? Does somebody mind looking that up? When is she supposed to testify? Is that today or is that tomorrow? Is that today or tomorrow? Oh yeah, she's gonna in just a few days. In just a few days, she's going to have an opposition with the judge, with the courts. She is going to have to let go. There's going to be there's more of an investigation. It is so deranged. That is so sick. She acts like she didn't know or believe. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out for her. Don't think that this is going to work out for her. Because look, Saturn is at a 2736. And so Saturn is sitting here. Saturn is in that 8th house, bringing her limits and obstacles with hidden sex, with authority. And that authority is opposing her physician that brings enlightenment with her values. Oh, yeah. I don't think this is going to work out for her today. No, nope. Not happening. Mm-mm. No. And the dark moon, guys, in March, the end of March, April, we already know that the dark moon is coming here, disordered aggression with kids. Yeah, it could be more people that's going to come out. It could be that more people is going to come out. More kids are going to come out. Oh God, that is just so nasty, man. Let's look at her. Let's look at the accused. Where is he at? But let me look at this. Hold on. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, her lunar node's fate. She's fated today with all kinds of emotional public attention having to do with kids. Having to do with kids. Leo's kids. There it is. It don't get any more plain than that. Damn. Let's look at him. What's his name? Let's see. What's his name? Melissa Gilbert. What's his name? Timothy Busfield. Let's see if he has his stuff on a line. There he is. Let's see if it's got a time. I wonder if I already have him. He looks very familiar. Okay. Rectified from approximative time. Oh man. Okay, well, we're gonna see if it's accurate. Let's look at him. Let me make sure I don't have him already. I don't. Okay. Let's look at him because this is nasty. Timothy Busfield. I really hope it's not true. But why would kids come out and say that? You know, you just never know. June 12th, 1957. I mean, if either way, it's going to be damn close. 5:18 a.m. From Michigan. Dude. Yuck. Okay, so I think that we should so the 431, I can already see that he's got that. Let's look at it, I mean, he's already in jail, right? I mean, Lordy. Okay, so if this is accurate, he is definitely in an opposition with the United States at a federal level at that 2704. Definitely opposition, and it has to do with the courts with the United States. Venus has just come here, that 2922. I was talking about with Sebastian, that 2922. There it is. Venus has just made contact. His values when it comes to children. Yesterday, no. That's coming to him tomorrow. So today it's on Melissa. Vulcanus is on Melissa, and then it's going to come here tomorrow. It's going to shake him up with all kinds of publicity about kids today. It'll be tomorrow when it shakes him up. Let me see. Hold on. It could be, it'll start tonight, obviously. It's going to start tonight. Look at this. The wisdom about hidden sex and kids, that 1712. This is where he is truly sharing pain with groups, with networks, with us, with we the people, and it opposes kids. It's in an opposition with kids. Yeah, this ain't working out for him, honey. So about 4 days ago, your Neptune was about things of the past. It was clouding him up with things of the past. Could have to do with drugs and alcohol, addiction. There's definitely an addiction here with things of the past, and Mercury is sitting here, and that's where Neptune was on. So the communications were cloudy, I guess, from behind the scenes in prison or in jail, wherever he's at, having to do with things of the past. You know, 1014, man. Elaine Maxwell has a 1015, so I'm thinking about that. Shaking things up with the United States, 2535. So it's already come down. So Hygeia is going to come down to that ascendant if this is the correct birth time. It's coming down to that ascendant, and it's about the two, the health, the communications. Oh yeah. And if this intensity is correct with the 6th house of health, that 1432, in just 2 days, there's going to be a huge weight of home, a family. I don't think this is going to work out for you, buds. Ain't working out. And then, of course, all the Aquarius energy here, the reigniting of a flame. It's already come to that outer wheel in the 9th house. And of course, this 9th house there's the courts. There's the courts. Pluto's going to come to that outer wheel. Venus is coming to that outer wheel with the courts. How sad. How sad. But yeah, the justice system has just come over that magnetism with him. Not good. He may not make it in there. If he's going to be locked up for some time, he may off himself. He may off himself, guys. Yeah, there's just way too many people deranged in the head. I agree. So I went from UFOs to what's going on in New Mexico. Sorry, guys, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is here. I've totally flipped. Interesting. Very interesting to see that Melissa Gilbert is being opposed today. She is definitely being opposed with authority. And to please take care of her sweet husband, honey. I don't think that there's anything that can take care of him. I don't think so. And I'm just wondering how this is going to work itself out when that 445 comes down to that 432 and 431. There's going to be a major transformation with the health. 435, 431. I mean, 432 is going to hit her first. And then it'll hit him and shake him up. That's February 13th. February 13th. Her fate, the fate is going to flip. And then it's going to shake him up the next day. There's the FBI. Yep. I bet you anything, y'all. That's what I think that's what we're seeing. Because look, there's a lot of warring going on in New Mexico with that 2443. Uranus is coming back to shake things up with the United States and groups and the values. Interesting. And then Pluto is on its way. Let's see if it's going to make its way this year to that 432, 431. Yep, there it is. It's going to be opposing him in groups. Damn, they're going to have he's done, man. Dude is done. Be a transformation. The FBI was in on it. I can see that the FBI was getting information. And so, yeah. Yep. It's going to transform him first. And then him on the 28th. And then Melissa Gilbert, on the 1st. Right there. Yep. And then look at that. There's going to be a lot of energy going to New Mexico at that 2443. There's going to be limits and obstacles with the FBI with their work in the courts. Secret Service Secret Service will be having some justice with it too. Interesting, guys. Interesting. But anyway, I don't want to derail. Like I've been on here for 2 hours now, so I'm going to jump off. I appreciate you guys being in here with me. I'm going to do a little bit more investigative work when it comes to this UFO stuff. Making sure that I just think that the UFO stuff is really I wish that I could see Brazil in the chart more than I did the United States, because the United States, this is where they experiment, okay? This is where they have a higher learning. This is having to do with courts, but it's also about flight. This is also about flight. And that 2704 that I was saying, that dude is in an opposition with the United States at a federal level, is right here. That 2704 that he has is in Gemini. So, I mean, he was fated to have an opposition with the United States at a federal level with the courts. But this is where I was seeing that the UFO, all the UFO stuff with the 9/11, is where there was a breakup with the government. That relationship is transformative with the United States. So that's why I was like, do we have relationships with other planetary beings? Does the United States have a relationship with other planetary beings? Not Russia, not China. I mean, I guess we could look at China. We could look at Russia. But it does make me wonder, definitely makes me wonder. The shakeup that we get with our sun is an 855. Anytime I see this 855, I'm always looking at the sun, seeing what's going on with the sun. That's one of my patterns for the sun, for solar weather. You want to go with them? I know, Cinderella. I mean, she is, I'm just wondering if she was, I don't know. But there's definitely this right now. Uranus is shaking things up right here today. Yesterday, there was a devouring energy about the things that are hidden in the United States, the things that we hide, especially when it comes to, taxes, SA, things of that nature. So, but it's going to be, it's always expressing itself in so many different ways throughout the day, because the 2732 that Uranus is actually in Taurus. So Uranus is shaking things up here with the way that we create. It's shaking things up with kids, with child predators. That's happening today. Child predators, Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, y'all become a member. Glad I call you on. I'll have to go back and watch what I missed. You're welcome, babe. No problemo. But yeah, I wanted to come on and show you guys that. I'm gonna, jump off, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing here. Palace is definitely shaking things up with the communications, with investigations. I mean, we just have to ride the wave. Got to ride the wave. Got to ride it. Major transformation that has taken place in Indiana today. You know what I want to do before I jump off, though? I don't know how many of y'all are going to be affected by the snow, but it's supposed to come on Friday. That's what I wanted to do, too. I wanted to look at that, too. It's supposed to come on Friday, Saturday, maybe, I wanted to see if the state of Tennessee is showing up with all of this. Who's going to get what? Yeah, that would be, I'm just wondering if I'm going to have any electricity, because Friday morning, hold on, hold up, hold up. Hold up. Damn. At this time, the sun is going to oppose Trump with groups with an investigation in California. My Vulcan is going to be slowed down in the 11th house of groups. Trump's ascendant in Leo is going to have Neptune on it. On that ascendant, well, it's going to be making contact with the ascendant. There's definitely things that are weighted down. It's about Mexico. It's about immigration. We could be looking, yeah, it would be ICE. Mm-mm-mm. I'm just going to have to come on and do just a straight astrology chat so I can talk about everything. So I can talk about it all. He's going to have a major opposition here. There's an investigation with California. There's an investigation with California. What else is going on? So something's going to happen. It's going to be having something to do with Epstein. I don't know. Damn, Mars is going to come and just hang out with Astria. Damn. Lord, what is that? Look at that. They're going to come and hang out together. That ain't going to be good. There's a divine justice. Let's get them. Let's get them. Ooh, there it is. Oh, shit. Oh, that's it. Saturday. Lord. Florida got snow Sunday. Yeah, girl, that's insane. I hope it does. I hope we don't have ice storms. That's going to be the worst. Okay, that's going to be the worst. Is having an ice storm, and it looks like Tennessee is going to get hit, especially Saturday overnight. Again, I keep seeing this investigation that's hitting. Yeah, the Ohio Valley. That's what I'm seeing here. But I'm also I keep seeing California and their justice system, investigations. Okay, this is going to be very intense. January 24th. Look at that. And it's like, who's got the 0042? Who's got it? Who's got it? This looks like Sebastian to me too, y'all. I know that I keep talking about him. I can't help it. Yes, y'all. This is when it's going to hit Tennessee. Tennessee is going to get hit. There's a lot of disordered aggression with traveling. There's already disordered aggression with traveling, and then it gets more intense overnight Saturday. I just really hope we don't have ice. I hope that we're not seeing ice by Saturday. Oh my God. Let me save this right here. Because that 1056 is coming down to the 1055 with the Pluto. By Saturday morning, the Pluto, the South Node is sitting on the state of Tennessee's Pluto. Let me show you. You're about to see the state of Tennessee and the weather showing up. Yeah, ice is the worst. I mean, I've been through an ice storm before here in Tennessee, and it crippled us for like 2 weeks. We need to make sure we got plenty of wood, plenty of food. I'm not going to be sitting here with no money. And if y'all are scared of a snowstorm, let me know where you live and I'm going to pull it up. Disorder aggression going on with Colorado. Let's see what we got here. What we got here. Oh, thank you, Joni. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Thank you, babe. I just love that. Thanks. I just can't believe it. I mean, y'all, $2 is $2. I mean, that's big. That's big. I think it's so sweet. Thank you. You're just so sweet. Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Are y'all supposed to get, what are y'all supposed to get? There's going to be an opposition. Oh, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to travel. Look at that. So, Astria, Mars at a 0046, 0049. And Aquarius, they're right here. They're exactly right here. It's with the values, with groups. That's us, we the people. Our values are going to be opposed by this wisdom. There's a lot of attention on the state of Tennessee, especially with the health and the homeless guys. There will not be any driving because look, Mars is coming into an opposition. That's the driving. There's justice. State of Tennessee, South Node is up here where we've been before. And the North Node is here in the third house of communications with groups. And so this is where the North Node is going to sit. The North Node is going to sit right here in our house of values. Our values are going to be transformed. It's very intense. We could be seeing some ice, maybe. I need to go back to that ice storm that we had in the 90s. 1815, Jupiter is expanding in Cancer at an 1815, expanding with the health, the way that they shine. I don't think we're going to have any electricity, Jeff. I'm looking at me and thinking, oh, God, we may not have any electricity, guys. Again, I keep seeing California too. All this 27. Where's the weight? Who's got the weight? The weight is on a 1430. That's not us. We have the 2750, what we're not seeing, things from the past. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. The values with the dark moon, the groups, that's us. Let's see. What else we got? It's going to be some transformation out of 443. The state of Tennessee does not have that. All right, so let's look at another state. Let's look at another state. She said Bowling Springs, South Carolina. Let's just look at South Carolina. South Carolina. Let's look at South Carolina with the 24th. Let's see what's going on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they said that Alabama, it could be places like Alabama. See, this is also Ohio. This 1055 is also Ohio, but it's not. I mean, the North Node is going to sit on the state of Tennessee's Pluto, though. Yeah, get a generator. Yeah. I'm concerned that we're going to get ice. Ice. Like we're not if we don't have electricity, we don't have water because we're on spring water. Like it could really cripple us. The chickens would be okay. Yes, we have food for the chickens. We do have food for the chickens. They do have a good, they've got a good chicken coop. They definitely have a good chicken coop. I don't think that they would be, they've been making it through this cold ass weather and they actually like it. They actually like lots of ice coming this way. Damn, girl, let me look at Georgia. I'll be looking at Georgia too. Hold on. I don't even know if we're going to have propane for the fireplace and beer. Jeff says, I need my beer. I need my brews. I need my brewski. Okay, let's look. Let's look at South Carolina. I already know state of Tennessee, we're going to have an opposition here. No doubt about it. No doubt. There's definitely things that are going to be coming to South Carolina. But this would appear to have a relationship, like a relationship. I don't know. That's kind of weird that that's showing up like that. Let's see. I want to see who's got the weight. The weight of home is a 1430. So I want to look at, I think, Alabama, Mississippi. We need to be looking at them to see. When did we have that ice storm, guys? When did we have that? Oh, gross. That was the 15th. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I got a text. I was looking at that. Ugh. A Gallatin man facing charges for animal SA. You heard it right. Animal SA. Okay. Yeah, I just did. That's disgusting. Yeah, chickens are definitely tough. Chickens are definitely tough. So, yeah, Seth, I saw that, and that could be some things that are that came out 5 days ago. So that could be things that our people are going to be running with, and that could be why I'm I was seeing Sebastian earlier. Yeah. Yeah, you heard that right, Cinderella. You heard it right. And South Carolina, this, when I look at South Carolina's chart, I'm like, damn, Eric Craddock, if I could just talk to him and ask him how he and the judge and the DA, how do they connect to South Carolina? How do they connect to South Carolina? If it's not with Sebastian, how is it going to be? How do they do it? Yeah, Sumner County is disgusting. Why is that saying picture in play? Okay, hold on. Now I guess it was trying to play. Oh, I bet I can do that. I bet I could play videos like that from my phone. Okay. 2355. Where is the Capricorn energy? They're not having the weight though. I wonder if it's going to be Alabama or Mississippi. It seems like the further south that we go, see, this 2956 is coming to, well, let me go back to Tennessee. Hold on. look at this. So the 2956 is where there's a magnetism. There's definitely a magnetism here with Neptune. You can't see there's no, we're not going to be able to drive. I can see that. And then Neptune is going to come to the group's health and the communications about not getting out. Possibly, possibly there's definitely going to be a shakeup with the group's health that's coming as well. So I definitely see the state of Tennessee. Definitely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I don't know about South Carolina, though. I don't know if we're going to see that same in South Carolina. I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, it is. Jupiter is going to come and expand the fourth house of home with the health, public works, government, something going on there. Sevens, the groups, that's us, the values of the groups, reigniting of the flame. I don't know. This could be something else that we're talking about with, again, SA, some kind of, but it could also be the weather. 27. I don't see it as prominent in South Carolina as I do Tennessee. Now, let me look at Alabama and Mississippi. Hold on. Let me look at Alabama. Who else is supposed to be affected? Yeah, it was a child and an animal. Yeah, I can show you that. Hold on. I have to take it off of, hold on. I have to take this off to show it to you. I'm going to change the title to, let me go ahead and do that now. Let me go ahead and change the title to my, to this live. It's just astrology chat. Let's just do that. Hold on. Let me change it real quick. Hold on. Edit video. Let me just take that off. No, I can't do that. Let me see. Do I have something for the pictures? Yeah, I'll just do it, this one. And just do astrology chat. All right, hold on. Let me save that just a second. And what else do I need to do? Okay, I think I did it. I think I've got it. Okay. Now let me look at, let me pull Smiley up. Hold on. Gonna pull Smiley up so I can show y'all what he's talking about. think it was a short. Yeah, here it is. All right, now I'm going to share it with you guys. This could be the things that's people are going to be talking about. And if y'all can't hear it, I don't even know if there's any music to this or anything. It just says Gallatin man faces child animal SA. Gallatin man is facing a slew of charges after an investigation by Sumner County law enforcement, including alleged SA of both animals and children over the course of several months. This is news broke on January 15th, so I would definitely, I definitely want to look at that when it did break. Here we go. Okay, so this is Gallatin News. Gallatin News. Gallatin man. Okay, this was 6 days ago. The Gallatin News. Let me share it. If it pulls up. There we go. Aaron Gregory Fairchild, 29. Guess he's going through a Saturn return, ain't he? Of Gallatin was taken into custody on January 8th. Okay, so January 8th is when he was taken into custody. Charged with 11 counts. Activity with animals, 3 counts of SA with minor, possession of Schedule 6, with the intent to sell, possessing a firearm, and possession of a childlike doll. You sick ass. Ugh. I hope they just beat his ass. I'm sorry, but god dang, why do we even spend money? Why do we even spend money? You think that he's never gonna change. He's never gonna change. It's disgusting. Freaking disgusting, man. According to court records, SCSO received a tip from missing and exploited children early in December. Early in December. You mean you waited? Stating that a Snapchat user had uploaded and shared video files portraying SA in May. Wow. The Snapchat account was reportedly linked to Fairchild via phone and internet records. Investigators reportedly found 3 videos containing child SA and 11 videos portraying SA between male and 2 dogs. 2 dogs. So he's just humping anything and everything, even a dog. A search warrant was executed at his residence on January 8th. Under questioning, he reportedly acknowledged owning 2 dogs, a Labrador Retriever and a Heeler, a Great Pyrenees mix. Oh, gross. God dang, man. Describe their behaviors in bed, which is consistent with the depictions in several videos and images. Fairchild also reportedly admitted owning the Snapchat account in question and that no one else had access to the account. During a search of the residence, authorities also reported finding a sex toy shaped like a young male and covered with residue, yuck, 531.8 grams of products, THC, edibles, and stuff like that, gummies, firearm. Fairchild was booked on a $750,000 bond. He is scheduled to appear in General Sessions Court on January 27th. Wow. Unbelievable. 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 I mean, what is going on here? What is, I mean, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. So that's the Gallatin News. That's the news. Interesting. Absolutely disgusting. There's something, yeah. Yep, I agree. I totally agree. That's disgusting, man. I mean, he's never gonna change. Why even lock him up? Why even lock him up? He will never change. He has got something wrong with him that he was born with. Aaron Gregory Fairchild. Hold on. I'm not going to show y'all because I'm looking for his address. So I don't want y'all to see and me dox him and get, see, it's not going to show it. Damn it. I'm sure he's not on the list just yet, but who knows? Hold on. Looking for his address. Want to know where this dude lives. Where is his address? I mean, where is his birthday anyway? Where's the birthday? Where's the birthday? I'll have to wait and look and see if I can find it on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it on sheriff, maybe. Fairchild, isn't that the last name, Fairchild? Of course, they don't have them in order. 66 pages. Jesus. Name A to Z. Here we go. So we need to go to F, Fairchild. Yeah, we're still in the B, so we got to go away. C. D. Okay, got to go back. Got to go back. Got to go back. Damn it. Bunch of nasty asses. One more. One more. There he is. Damn it. No birthday. Weirdo. So he's booked on January 8th, 2026. Definitely less than human. Yeah. I don't think they do either. They don't deserve due process. I mean, why can't we get his birthday? I mean, they're going to give it to us anyway when he becomes gets on the offender list. Wow. You know what? You know what? Let me see. Let me see. T-Doc. Offender search. Make it get it here. Yeah, he's not on the corrections. So he's not even in the correction system yet. Let's see. Aaron Gregory Fairchild. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Nope. Wonder if he's ever been arrested in Davidson County. I mean, even for a speeding ticket. Damn it. Aaron Gregory Fairchild. Oh, shit. Nobody. All right, well, I'll just have to wait. Just have to wait and see when he goes on the offender list. Or when he goes to corrections, because he's definitely going to be doing some. I mean, he should be, right? He should be doing some time. So let's look at the exploited children. Nasty, nasty, nasty. They do. They do. Hold on. Let me go back to something else because I can't find him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this weekend's weather. Because that just messed me up. Okay. Blue glasses. My guess is he spends most of his time online. Yeah. What up, Shauna? Shauna's back. Shauna's back. I think she's back. Well, let's see. Let's look at Alabama with the 24th, because the 24th is looking like some serious stuff. Serious. The lunar nodes are, where were they? That's right. They were at Tennessee, 1055. And yeah. I don't know about that, though. Don't know about that. I don't know. Tennessee looks like it's Tennessee and Ohio, like the Ohio Valley. That's what it's looking like to me. But who has the weight? Who has the weight? It's not Alabama, it doesn't look like. I'm looking for these two collective. I got a 1430, a 16, a 1713. Those are the collective. So it could hit Alabama actually on Friday. There's definitely going to be some things, a devouring energy that'll be connecting to Alabama on Friday. Not Saturday, but Friday. Oh, yeah. I think that they'll lose power too. I think that Alabama's going to lose power too. I think that that's what's, yeah. Yep. Looks like we're going to lose power, Jeff. Jeff, we're going to lose power, I think. I'm not going to be able to talk on the internet or nothing. Any of my devices, I've got to charge my other stuff. Let's see. Mississippi, Texas, I think, is going to be getting hit too, right? Texas, Kentucky, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia. It may miss South Carolina. I don't know. It does look like that there's going to be some things with South Carolina though, but I don't know that it's going to be as severe as it's going to be in Tennessee. Oh, I hope we do. I hope we are able to have the card night. We didn't get to last week. Let's see. 25 is coming down. Coming down. Yep. Actually, the health just opposed Mississippi. Shaking things up in the future with groups in Mississippi. That's today. That's actually today. No, 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 no. That'll be the 27th. That'll be the 27th. Shaking up groups, the health. Okay. Let me look at Georgia. Texas too. Hold on, let me look at Texas. Because it'll be coming from Texas before it gets to us. Yeah. It's definitely going to be opposing the home in Texas. Yeah, that is for sure. It will definitely be doing that because all this Aquarius energy, all that Aquarius energy is opposing their 8th house. So yeah, it'll definitely the dark moon. Yeah. So it's going to, y'all. Huh. Let's see. 1430 looks like it's going to be hitting us. There it is. Okay, so the information with Texas, that's where the weight is. All the information that's coming in from Texas, there's the weight. There's the weight. It's on Texas and their health. The health of Texas, that's where the weight is. Texas. Yep. So Saturday morning, maybe Friday night. Let's see when that actually begins, the wait on the 24th. How long it's going to stay. Let's take it back in time because this is on Tennessee. This is big for Tennessee right here. Tennessee is being hit by 5 a.m. on Saturday. No doubt. No doubt. Okay, so the 1431, let's see when it comes to that 1430. Where's it at? I'm looking right here at Hades. All the information coming out of Texas is coming to Tennessee. Yep, because this is late Friday night. It's in Mississippi. Look, Mississippi and Texas. Mississippi and Texas, right there. So late Friday night, all this information is hitting. And the United States at a federal level, damn, lowest point. No, it's not the lowest point. It's the midheaven. The midheaven for the TBI, a shakeup with homes and groups with Cruella. Yep. And here is the dark moon. The state of Tennessee is reflecting. Let me see. When was that? When was that? We wouldn't be without a generator. Too many times in a mobile home in the winter. Yeah. Yeah, I wish we had a generator, but we don't. My dad has one, but he's all the way in Columbia. The city of Columbia. Okay, what is black ice? Tennessee ice storm in 90s. Yes. On February 9th, 1994. That's what we need. It went from 74 to 23. That is the ice storm. I'm pretty sure. Or was it in 1993? I graduated in 91. It was around that time after I graduated. I would have been about 20, 21 when I was iced in. Didn't leave for 2 weeks. Let's see. Remains the biggest snowstorm. Okay. March superstorm. The bull's eye struck the plateau. Jamestown, 26 inches. Jesus. So this is something we could go back and look at. March 19th, 1996. 8.7 inches of snow. That kind of sounds right. March 19th, 1996. But I want the ice storm. I want to look at that and compare it. It's still saying February 9th. The bad ice storm that I remember was in February in 1994. Yep. Okay. So February 9th, 1994. Let's look at that. Because the dark moon is wanting to take us back in time, it looks like. Wants to go back in time. Oh, shit. Why am I doing that? Tennessee ice storm. February 9th, 1994. Let's do 6 p.m. Nashville, Tennessee. And look at this. See what we can tell. There's that damn 1642 again. That's on me. Well, definitely on me. But what about Tennessee? Oh, okay. So Tennessee and their 7-Eleven outer wheel is coming down to the value house of the state of Tennessee. Chiron is with the health. I'm being shaken up. Let's see. I don't see anything about Tennessee, though. Not in this chart. Besides the value house. So we could make it. Oh, the 2211 is Tennessee. Okay. We do have a 2750. But it's not hitting us like I thought it would. There's Mississippi. Oh, I guess it would. It would hit the dark moon, the 27, okay, no, shit. The 27, what was it? Texas has that 7-Eleven. Shit, where did Tennessee go? Tennessee. Okay, let me see. We are reflecting on something. The dark moon is reflecting with groups. Let me see. Let me see what you sent. Let me see what you sent. Oh, damn. There's a new one. Okay. 4 hours ago. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's look at it. Yeah. Let's look at that. Hold on. Let me look at that. See, the 7-Eleven is Texas, Tennessee, Mexico. So the 7-Eleven is what this is coming down to. So Chiron in Virgo, it's about the health. It's about the values of home in Tennessee. So yeah. So evidently on February 9th, this is actually probably when it actually probably begins, but it doesn't get really bad. Like really bad. It looks like it's really bad right here in Kentucky. I can definitely see a wake-up call with relationships in Mississippi. And then Venus is coming to the health factor here with Tennessee. But I'm not, I guess I would have to duel out the charts and look at that shit and just compare it. But that's, oh yeah. Okay. So Saturn is here. I just made contact there. Okay. Let's look at something else here. Hold on. Let me remove this. Remove that. And let me share my screen here. Hold on.
I started a business to give old folks a new life, and Chase has supported me from the beginning.
26, and the biggest winter storm of the season so far is currently on the way. With heavy snow, crippling ice, and historic cold, this could actually be the big one. So let's get right into it. Let's start off with our winter storm outlooks, starting with Friday. This is when this all begins. We're very quickly going to see precipitation light up on the radar from the Rockies to the Appalachians, and it's going to be wild to see. This is a really fascinating storm. And on Friday into Saturday, it's going to start off as snow in places like Kansas and Oklahoma. It's going to start off as snow even in Missouri and Kentucky, but there's going to be this transition zone.
Kansas, Oklahoma. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I'm showing, what was I showing? I was showing, when was I showing it? Hold on. Saturday. Overnight Saturday. Overnight Saturday. Okay. And let me credit him. I don't know if this is gonna, even when you credit, it's still not, doesn't save you, but Ryan Hall. Try it anyway. Okay.
Zone where there's probably going to be some pretty bad icing. Okay, so a real ice storm.
Thank you, babe. Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, Black Moon Lilith is the dark moon, and it's basically where you are reflecting on things of the past that bring you disordered aggression. It's like a shadow.
Is possible. Unfortunately, for places like Dallas, Memphis, even, I think that you guys are potentially going to see some problems here, but it's too early to kind of draw the line as to who is exactly going to see mostly snow and who's going to see ice. That's going to be hard to nail down.
And see, that's what sucks. That's what sucks is that how do we narrow it down? How are they going to narrow it down? They're not. It's going to be like, okay, y'all, it's snowing. Okay, y'all, it's, yeah, 7-Eleven's my nickname.
All the way up until the event. And I'm not comfortable talking about those specifics until probably tomorrow. But if you're in this blue area on Friday, you will be experiencing some winter storm impacts. Now, as the storm moves east Saturday into Sunday, things get a little bit more intense. We have a rare, widespread 15 to 30% probability of a winter storm. It would be higher than that if a category above that existed. It doesn't, but this purple area here is where the peak of the storm will likely hit and where we will have the greatest impacts from the significant severe winter storm, both from.
So it looks like the 0 to 15 is the blue. The 15 to 30% is here in the purple. So a 15 to 30%, that's not really that big of a chance of snow. But, I mean, everybody's talking about it. Interesting. Let's see when he gets into, I want to see the radar. So it looks like the southern. So the southern half is where he's thinking the ice could be. The southern half. So, so even Louisiana. And this is where Jeff is thinking we're going to get snow.
The GFS here while I ramble off some facts about what we're about to experience. We have a textbook battle zone, which is when we have Arctic.
Look at that, Saturday, 7 a.m. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it shows. That's what it shows. Overnight, Friday night, overnight into Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. So early Saturday morning by 7 a.m., I'm showing by 5. Actually 4. It would probably be about 4 a.m. Yeah.
Air surging southward like a cold front, but it's not even attached to a low pressure system in this instance. What's really fascinating about this storm.
So this is by 10 a.m.
is it's not really a storm. It's the opposite of a storm. We have a massive, unprecedented high pressure system up here coming out of Canada that is just throwing an anomalous amount of Arctic cold air very far south.
Wow.
And it's just happening to overrun.
Yeah. I told Jeff, I said, if we wait to go to the store, everything's going to be gone. You know how Tennessee is not like Illinois. Everything's going to be, everything's probably going off the shelves right now. Right now. Oh my God, y'all. I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it doesn't. And if it does, it don't cripple us, There is definitely some oppositions that is happening with the transits. And I didn't even look at the aspects, I didn't even pull up the aspects of the chart. I mean, and that matters too. You know, it matters too. All that Aquarius energy is definitely about we the people. It's definitely about us. You know, I definitely know that Texas is going to get something. There's a huge weight on them. There's a lot of information that's going to be coming in. The North Node sitting on the state of Tennessee's Pluto is transformative. So I can't imagine it not being and not coming here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just can't imagine it. So I think that we're going to see it. I do. I think that we're going to see it, guys. Think we're going to.
The natural moisture and warmth that's hanging out around the Gulf, right? And this mixing together is what's causing this. It's not really a storm. It is just a
So by Sunday, 1 p.m., it should be it should be moving out. But still, if you've got all that precipitation coming down for 24 hours, there's no telling how much it's going to dump. Wow.
crazy burst of cold air from Canada that is going too far south. And there's a reaction happening near the Gulf because of that. And while the snow is going to get the headlines, the ice threat with this system is what truly concerns.
Look at all that freezing rain. The freezing rain is in the red. Solar flares, ice storm, toilet paper shortage. Damn. So that's Saturday at 8 p.m. So yeah, I mean, all day Saturday, it's going to do this. But look at the freezing rain. I never did pull Georgia. I need to. Alabama and Georgia, that's Saturday night. Saturday night and Sunday. Hopefully they're just going to get rain, but damn.
Concerns me for the
That's
southern
crippling. I mean, you can drive in snow, but you cannot drive in ice. It does look like South Carolina. So it looks like South Carolina, it'd be more like Sunday. The Carolinas Sunday.
plains and for the deep south. Okay, you can see here that we have this persistent band of pink and purple that sets up, and it looks like areas between Houston and Dallas are potentially in a pretty good zone to see a lot of ice out of this. Maybe.
Yeah, they're going to. They're going to see a lot. But look at Oklahoma. I didn't pull Oklahoma, didn't pull Kansas. Oklahoma. Florida would wonder what was going on. Florida would trip out. Trip out, y'all. My gosh. Hey, lovable mama bear. Hey, darling. Hope you're doing good today. I've just been talking about all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Hell, we might as well just switch over to the talk about all the solar events that we're gonna have too, because that's definitely in the works. I can see it coming. I can see it coming. It's insane. All the stuff that's going on right now. Yeah, prayers for Jeff. Prayers for Jeff. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's all I have. I mean, I've been on here for 3 hours and I'm just, chit-chatting about anything and everything. I've started out with UFOs. Now I'm on weather. I was looking at, I'm all over the place, but it is what it is. I've been creating videos and it's like, oh my gosh, everything. I've been creating videos. And so I haven't been talking about all the things that I'm seeing, and Jeff is getting all of that. So at least I have Jeff to kisses and hugs to you, babe. Yeah, Seth. Yeah, Jeff, it's like I've been talking to Jeff about it. And then I'm thinking I've put it out there, but I didn't. And he's like, no, I couldn't find that video. And I was like, damn it, I didn't put it out. I only told you. But at least I got Jeff as my witness. I am just touching all the bases. I mean, I could talk about it. I could talk about all kinds of different subjects in one live. Hell, I might as well just start looking at missing kids right now. That's another thing too. It's like, we have to have breaks. We have to have breaks. And I'm sorry, Seth, that you can't have a break. I'm sorry that you can't. I wish that you could. But there's a balance. There's a balance that we have to bring forth. Damn it. I know, I'm sorry, buds. Oh, blah. That's why we need to be able to play cards this week. Need to be able to play cards before we get snowed in. We need, what we do need? Not only do we need to play cards, but we need some of Jeff's famous jalapeno poppers. I could eat jalapeno poppers, I think, every day. They're so good, but they take so long for Jeff to make. And by now, I've watching him. I think I could do it myself. They can buy all the toilet paper. I'll buy all the dry goods. Jeff can cook. I like his chili. I like the way he cooks the chicken fillets. He does chicken fillets great. I mean, everything that he cooks. He just made a phenomenal, I tried to mimic his lasagna, but I had way too much cheese in it. He didn't say that. He said it was great, babe, but he wasn't trying to hurt my feelings, I don't think. It definitely wasn't as good as his. He makes hella lasagna. Hella lasagna. And I don't even really like lasagna, but I like his. I'm more of like not really the red sauce. I like the white sauce better than the red sauce. The red sauce seems to give me heartburn. But yeah, the chili would be good. The chili would be good. Yeah, and it being so cold outside. Jamaican jerk chicken. Ooh. That would be good too. Damn. Dang. Nice. Yeah, chili would be good. I love all the cheese and lasagna. Oh my gosh, I think I just put too much in there though. Like trying to cut it up and trying to eat it was like a bunch of cheese. I think I put more than what he puts in there. When I lived in Michigan and we got ice storms, I'd make huge pot of chicken noodle soup. Yum. We always lost power and it was easy to reheat. So how would you reheat it? I mean, that's another thing, Jeff, too, is if we don't have, how are we going to heat stuff up? How are we going to heat stuff up? We got charcoal. I guess we would need to make need to get some charcoal in case we needed to heat up the wood. Okay, the fire. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, the grill. The fire pit. Yeah. So we need charcoal. We have a propane burner. We do? With our grill? Is that what you're talking about? I'm like, let's figure this out right now. Let's all figure this out together. Let's all figure this out. Yes, we've used it. Oh, duh. Yeah, we've used it for canning. That one. That one? Oh, what would you do? Just put it in that big old pan? Put something in the pan and then put the burner on it? God, we gotta get propane for that thing too then. Yeah, you could put wood in the grill too if you I mean, damn, we're gonna figure it out. I promise you. Because I mean, I do reflect back on that time when Tennessee was crippled for 2 weeks, when Nashville was crippled for 2 weeks because we got a ice storm. Oh, here we go. I'm already getting weather notifications. What is this saying? Let's listen. What's he saying? Oh shit, hold on. Hold on, god dang it. Hold on. Where are you at, Marcus Bagwell? What were you saying?
To the weekend, I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. Don't want you to forget about tomorrow morning as we expect rain to move across the region, and there could be a very brief wintry mix, especially northern middle Tennessee, maybe near Clarksville, Springfield, up toward southern Kentucky, so Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Russellville area. Then we turn our attention to the weekend. Could start as early as Friday night, but it's looking more likely to maybe be in that Saturday, Sunday time frame. Quick look at Future Tracker.
All right.
This is the European model from
All
earlier.
right, so we're going to get a little bit of something tomorrow. So we're going to get a little something tomorrow, but then, yeah. Cook anything on the propane burner in a pan. He said we've used it for canning. That's another thing we have to do this summer. We got to be canning. You could just get out of Dodge and come to Arizona. We could get, girl, don't tempt me with a good time. I love the casino. I love the casino. I just don't have any money to play at the casino. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm talking. I fell asleep listening to your mapping and wake up to you speaking about food. I thought it was a totally different day. I know. You just never know what I'm going to be talking about, do you? I mean, I go through all the subjects, in one live. I'll be reading cards here in a minute. Be reading cards, girl. Be reading cards. But yeah, I think that's the other things, of course, that I was seeing today was the stock market. And I don't know if y'all saw the video, but looks like the old stock market was taking a plunge today. I don't know if it's picked back up yet or not. Oh, it drops 800. So it looks like it dropped 800 according to the Wall Street Journal. The NASDAQ shed 2.4%. What sent stocks tumbling? Well, I could have told you that like a long time ago. Bitcoin purchase in a year shakes stock market. Ooh. Micro Energy's largest Bitcoin purchase in a year shakes stock market confidence. Bitcoin purchase since on Tuesday, Strategy announced the acquisition of 22,000 Bitcoin for approximately $2.3 billion. Yeah. I could see people were moving money. And, it's really not that hard to understand because the stock market, I'm connected to it with astrology. So I think anybody that's playing the stock market should use me. I think that they should use me because I think I've got pretty good luck. I should be playing it, shouldn't I? Doing something with playing the stock market. Yummy. She says, Steph, you can come too. Bingo is always a good time. Yeah, he don't gamble. He's a butthole. Yeah. We could make so much money, but he just says no to me and Jeff. He won't gamble. He won't go. He won't gamble. And he would, I mean, we would win all kinds of money if he would just go, but he won't. It's a roller coaster ride. Ride the wave. That's right. Ride the wave, girl. We got to ride that wave. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and listening to me chit chat for hours about astrology and UFOs and everything in between. Yeah, she said you can watch me. Yeah. God, that would be a blast. Girl, that would be so much fun. Love you, Shauna. Love you guys. I hope y'all have a good afternoon. I may come back on later. You just never know about me. Just never know. I doubt it, but you never know. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. Peace out.